Hi, it's Pouyan from GBC Live. Today we are having Sergey Yang, who's a founder of Peak Venture, New York-based fund. So, and the topic actually we want to talk is going to Mars. But before getting to the topic, so we want Sergey have kind of a brief introduction of himself and his company. Yeah,
Okay,
Sergey,
great.
thank you so much.
Hi,
Yeah.
well, first of all, guys, I'm very excited to be here in Shanghai. I spent last week with Peter because I am part of Peter Diamandis Platinum community. We had an amazing time in Shenzhen, and it's been an amazing conference here. So I'm Sergey Yang. I'm founder of Peak State Ventures. This is New York-based investment fund. We invest a lot in digital education and in real estate technologies as well. My personal passion, I actually have two, and they somehow interrelated. My first passion is to go to Mars, and I was very happy to meet Mars here. So we share the same dream and the same plan.
Nice.
And my second passion is longevity. I want all of us to live 200 years, and actually I want this to be available for the whole planet for free. So I want complete democracy in longevity, and this is my dream. We just had a discussion with Mars that living 200 years give us plenty of time to take out 3 years of our life, go to Mars and back. So we're gonna have a lot of books, a lot of interesting people, hopefully from Shanghai, Shenzhen, and all over China. And hopefully, guys, we all can go to Mars pretty soon.
Very soon, very soon. So, how long will it take? I mean, going to Mars? I think it takes now, if not now, I mean, in 5 years or 6 years, any time that when this project is going to get launched, I think it takes 7 months getting there.
Yeah. So I would, to be on the safe side, you never know what you're gonna, see, on the road. I would plan for 3 years. Mm-hmm. But we, obviously with the current speed of technology, I think we're gonna compress the time a little bit. Yeah. But obviously, right now, when my longevity lifespan expectancy is around 100 years, I don't have spare 3 years. But when we add another 100 years to life of all of us, taking out 2 or 3 years to go to Mars with great guys like Mars, it's gonna be easy.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So let's move to the Abundance 360.
Yeah.
And which going to Mars is one of those, topic of Abundance 360 with all those crazy focus on the exponential technologies and so on.
Yeah.
As you're coming from investment background, how do you see, is funding of some exponential technologies is one of the challenges? Is fundraising is one of the challenges or not?
I'm gonna be talking a little bit like Peter, so don't be surprised. I think we're living in a world of abundance of capital.
Yeah.
I've never seen any great company in China, in US, in Russia, in Europe, which faced any issues with availability of capital.
Yeah.
I think where China is special, it's that in addition to a lot of private capital, which going into funding exponential technologies, I think Chinese government in particular taken a huge role in creating the center of technological development in places like Shenzhen and all over China. So in addition to private capital, you guys have this enormous power of government-related funding, which you use for China to be a leader in technologies probably very soon.
Nice. You talk about longevity. I mean, in the continue of saying going to Mars and so on, has your venture invested any capital in longevity or not?
Yeah. So we just closing first 100 million fund. This is not our biggest fund. We usually do multi-billion type of investment. Yeah. So we just want to try. We already did our first investment a few weeks ago, and we're going to be doing 2 investments as a result of this trip.
On longevity?
It's fund dedicated to longevity.
Nice. How do you see Chinese market in terms of that? Are you going to use Chinese market, or you're having a plan just cooperating with some other funds to invest in some project?
Funny enough, we just had this discussion with Beijing Genome Institute, the guys
Yeah.
who were like presenting yesterday. I think what makes China unique is that it's not only a huge addressable market,
Yeah.
but also the fact that you have the whole ecosystem from research and development to the other side of it, which is 1.4 billion people. So what we like about China, and this is where China stands out in the world, that people just don't look at like 1.4 billion population,
Yeah.
but we look at the R&D and technological and intellectual capabilities that you guys developed pretty recently.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, based on longevity plan and so on that you have, those companies that you invested, which you mentioned the amount and so on, so are going to be the exponential growth? Are they having exponential growth, or how would it be?
In longevity.
Yeah, in longevity.
Yeah, I think one of the perception that a lot of people have in this world, that longevity and all the technologies which extend people's life are extremely expensive. People even think that these are technologies which is like for rich people. I don't think it's case anymore. I mean, it's always the case that it goes, something which just been developed is starting from very expensive price ticket, but this ticket goes down exponentially, right? If you look at the kind of Moore's law, etc. So I think there's many things which will be available for us today to extend our life at fraction of cost.
Yeah, based on Peter Diamandis' 60s.
Yeah.
I remember earlier you mentioned democratization, for longevity.
Yeah.
How it could happen?
Well, basically, we go into longevity discussion, but obviously we as human beings, as a planet, know a lot today how to extend our lives, right? It's just too complex, people are too lazy, and they just want to wait, and see when the magic pill of longevity will be invented.
Yeah.
So I think, and this is the mission of my platform called 200Y Longevity Platform, which is going to be launched next month. We start with US and because we want to do a pilot in the US, and then we just go like full scale to China. I want a lot of longevity content to be for free.
Nice.
Yeah, for everyone.
That's a crazy plan.
It is.
I wish we could have
This
it
is mine shot, yeah.
ASAP. Yeah. So the thing is that you're doing. So you know that the Abundance 360 is a 25 years journey.
Yeah.
And then based on what Peter Diamandis is talking about, also he's executing all these things that he's saying by all those crazy companies around him, and he's a founder and co-founder of 20 plus companies, crazy companies, and which they are bringing a lot of changes in our
in the world.
In the world and in our everyday life. So how do you see, based on Abundance 360 mindset, how do you see the world in 20 years?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, thank you.
You're right.
I think where I would like to see world in 20 years is a world, which has universal basic income. So people will stop to think about earning money to get some food or education for their kids. I want all of us to have universal basic income, and you see a lot of pilots going all over the world when they pay somewhere between $500 and $100,000 per month for every person in a village or in town. So I want us to be, our minds, our hearts, and our hands to be free from like earning money for the sake of it. So all of us can spend a lot of time and effort is actually making the world a better place, and then going to Mars.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's crazy. What I'm expecting in 40 years, in 50 years, we are not asking people where are you from, which country are you from. We are asking people that which planet you are from. And you say I'm from Mars. I'm saying I'm from Mars. Like others, they say they're from Moon and X, Y, Z. And this is going to happening. I mean, it's like science fiction movies, but this is happening. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your last message as we are running out of time?
Yeah.
What is your last message for those who wants to go to Mars?
Okay,
as
cool.
as us.
Yeah, guys, I think we just need to use the approach which Mars used in terms of his dream realization. Just you know, don't think small. Always think big. Because if you have a big target, a big aim in your life, you're gonna achieve it. You'll have all the resources of this world. You'll find the people who are like-minded, and you'll finally, you know, go to Mars and fulfill your dream.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Sergey,
Thank
for
you,
being
Mars.
here. That was
My
a great
pleasure.
time talking to you.
Yes,
We enjoyed.
likewise.